All right, guys. We're going into game number 3 here between Bly and Zazu. This is it. Winner takes all, and it comes down to a single ZVZ. The map chosen by Bly is Ohana, and the winner of this one game is going to get transport stipend to I-47, the ESET UK Masters Final. They will get VIP tickets to the venue. They're going to be getting their accommodation paid for and prize money for winning the online qualifier. Remember, guys, there are 4 online qualifiers starting this Thursday, tonight. So this is the first one, and there will be an additional 3 as well. Go to eset.binarybeast.com. You will be able to sign up for it yourself. And yeah, I guess that's about it. It looks like Bly just needs a quick second in the lobby before we get into the game. But then we'll be getting into the last game of the day. And what better way to close out than the ace match in a best of 3. So the scores are tied at 1-1. Zazu waited quite a long time to play this game against Bly. Oh my goodness, getting all my players mixed up now. And he's really trying to make it work for himself. I mean, that was a great counterattack he had in game 1, didn't quite work. Kept faith in himself, had a great counterattack in game 2, and this time it did work. So maybe he can hold the faith once more and get one last good counterattack in game 3. Or will Bly tricksy it up, do something else, go for an interesting timing, and catch Zazu completely off guard? We'll find out in just a second, guys. It looks like both players are ready, and the countdown has begun. The very, very last match of the day is going to be on Ohana. I am Jarasar. Let's find out who gets that seated spot at I-47. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the last map. It's all to play for. There are no second chances. Spawning over here in the top left position as the red Zerg player representing Team Acer, we have Bly, ladies and gentlemen. And his opponent spawning in the bottom right as the blue Zerg. Can he do it? Can he upset Bly? It is Zazu. Now, I'm going to be honest. Deep down, I'm rooting for Zazu just a little bit here, because Bly is quite a well-known name, and in both games, Zazu has been in situations where he can take him down. So, undoubtedly, we've heard of Zazu a lot less. So it would be a little bit of an upset if he managed to take Bly. It looks like we had an extractor trick going down here for Bly, but Bly is such a strong player, and he can really use timing to full effect and absolutely destroy anyone on the planet on a good day. So let's see what he is able to come up with here. Both players on 14 supply at the moment. Are we just going to be seeing a pool going into a hatch, or will we actually see a hatch first? Let's find out in just a mo. And pool, no, we have gas. Pool from Zazu. So Zazu is going to be one to potentially go a little bit more aggressive here in game number 3. He's going to be able to get that metabolic boost up significantly faster than Bly. Let's see if he chooses to use such a timing. Now, the spawning pools have gone down at pretty much identical times. So let's find out what happens here. We have got the hatchery going down now for Bly as well. Are we going to see a hatch coming out of Zazu? He's at 250 minerals. Will we see a drone go down? And, oh, we don't see a hatchery from him. So is he actually going to... Oh my goodness, we have 2 lings on the way from him. Is he just delaying a hatch, or what? What's he actually up to? He's not going to be going all of this off of one base. No, okay, he is getting the hatchery as well just a little bit later. He did have to wait for those minerals, but he now needs to wait until he has enough minerals for that speed, and there we go. Okay, so not quite super smooth, because when he got enough gas for speed, he didn't have enough minerals, and he bumped his hatchery just the tiniest bit, and Bly is going to know that his hatch is faster than his opponent's. But Zergling speed is now a quarter of the way done, and Let's see if he ends up using a couple links just to try and be a bit aggressive here. We've got 2 links from Zazu versus 3 from Bly. And obviously, before speed kicks in, that really doesn't do anything at all. So let's see what he ends up choosing. Oh, very, very nice, actually. Picking off that link that would have been able to see that we were going for a little bit of an early gas setup. As it stands, Bly has scouted absolutely nothing in the main base of Zazu at the moment. So I wonder if that's making him just the slightest bit nervous. And indeed, look at that. Already a spine crawler going down at the natural expansion. Rooting that, not wanting any sort of interesting early game shenanigans to take his game apart. And in the meantime, Zazu just continuing to pull a couple more lings at his ramp. His Overlord spread is pretty good. He can see most of the stuff that will be coming in from Bly's base. Always extremely useful. And we have a second spine crawler going up in the main. So Bly playing this really, really defensively, already using a hatchery's worth of minerals on those spine crawlers. Let's see how effective it's going to be against this little poke from Zazu. In the meantime, we have a Baneling Nest going down for Bly as well, and his own metabolic boost is about 2/3 of the way complete. And Zazu now going to be going for his Roach one. And here we go. Only just getting rooted was that spine crawler, picking apart a couple of drones, and oh, so close. Unable to kill them off there. Has only killed 1 drone all game, and that was a lot of lings to lose. He's managed to kill 2 workers, but I'm not sure that really was enough. He is ahead, 26-23, but he lost a healthy chunk of lings there. And Zazu should not push his luck at this point. He's got the Roach Warren coming. And maybe that's actually going to spur Bly into an attack. I see 6 lings on the way. Are we going to see a lot more? He might just stream them out across the map at the moment. And the Queen is trying to get the Overlords to move back. I wonder if this is because he's just going to be streaming a whole bunch of lings straight out of the base. And there we go. And the Overlord does not see it. But this one certainly does, ladies and gentlemen. So Zazu knows a bunch of lings are incoming now. And he has 4 roaches on the way. 15 seconds until they pop. And in about 10 seconds, Bly will have the lings in the base. Here we go. Going to try and get a bit of a block off on the ramp. Bly trying to make Zazu head straight back out so that he can run them into the Banelings. Needs to be... Oh, my goodness. Zazu, what are you doing? Zazu, don't lose the game to something. Oh dear. That was such a cool move from Bly, though. But Zazu had about 3 seconds to react. He really should have. And now those roaches are at least out. It looks like Bly is going to have to retreat for now, unless he thinks he can absolutely overwhelm those roaches. But 6 more are on the way, and a Baneling Nest is about to go down for him as well. So it looks like Zazu will be okay for now. He is currently at 35 versus 33 worker supply, compared to Bly, who is getting yet another spine crawl. That's a lot of spines he's getting, actually. I wonder if that's a little bit too much. He's going for his layers. He's a third of the way through that now, and he'll probably put the spire down afterwards. But Zazu is just ahead on 15 supply. So Bly needs to be a little careful. I think he is maybe over-depending a bit too much on those spine crawlers at this stage of the game, but that can all turn around if he gets some mutas and, for example, uses them super cost-effectively or something similar, and it'll definitely be justified if Zazu just blindly throws these roaches at those spine crawlers. We'll find out in just a moment. The ling's actually moving back. There are a healthy number of banelings here as well, and yeah, there's a grand total of 7 spine crawlers here, guys. I don't think these roaches are going to be able to pop through. So I hope Zazu will realize this as quickly as he can and then move ahead. In fact, he actually saw a whole bunch of those spine crawlers morphing in. I'm a little bit surprised he's actually still hanging around at the bottom of the ramp just checking this stuff out, because once that spire completes, those roaches are seriously going to be in no man's land. And oh my god, that might be the reason why. Lordy, we got a whole bunch of banelings going on here. And Zazu is looking pretty serious about moving this in. Is he going to be able to do it? The Roach is leading the charge to try and absorb as much damage as he can. Picking apart the Banelings, so important. And Zazu needs to be careful. He doesn't want his own Banelings to get caught out. So many Banelings, ladies and gentlemen. And they're moving into the main base as well. There are 6 of them here at the ramp. No, he's moving them back into the natural. What's he doing? He could have gotten the mineral lines. He only has 2 left now. That was a massive micro mistake there from Zazu. And still trying to get the Zerglings, but he can get the mineral lines. And oh, holy crap, that was such a good Baneling hit. And I'm not sure that's going to be enough, though. Oh, Oh my goodness, the Roaches are in a great position, and so many of those drones are on red health, but I just don't think it's enough, and Bly survives, and the Spire is now complete. 51 to 40 in terms of work supply in favor of Zazu, but Bly has the Spire done. He's now going to be taking his third and fourth gases, which were delayed because he needed to put so much stuff down, basically, to defend against this push, and now Bly might have an avenue of opportunity here for a counterattack. We have the Infestation Pit nearly done as well for Zazu. And an Evolution Chamber going down as well. Can he get some Spore Crawlers and some Infestors up in time to hold off this next push from Bly? Changing, going to be moving in to the base here, just wanting to scout out exactly what's going on. Will this Queen kill the Changing? No, so Bly's going to be able to get a completely full scout off here. And 2 Spore Crawlers go down in the main base. We have 1 going down in the National as well. The Infestation Pit is finished. Pathogen Glands are on their way. And Bly's going to be able to pick up a couple of Overlords out in the middle of the map, but 71 of 116 supply. Zazu is not going to be supply blocked anytime soon. Really, really tense this game here, guys. I had no idea it was going to be like this as well. And Bly actually taking his third base behind this. So smart. He knows he was behind earlier on in the game, and he's going to be going for his Macro Hatch and his Roach Warren as well. So he's going to try and expand behind this and just get an economic lead. But if his opponent opens up an opportunity to be killed, Bly's going to immediately divert all those larvae from their third and fourth hatcheries as well to units, so he can come over and just dispatch of Zazu as clinically as he possibly can. That is his current game plan. In the meantime, though, 5 Infestors are about to pop actually for Zazu, and that could prove to be really pivotal in a potential future engagement here. This third is also very, very vulnerable right now. There's no static defense there. Let's find out exactly what these guys are going to be up to. Zazu has a marginally higher army supply, but he's getting 9 more Roaches now, and he has a decent number of Infestors with energy. He needs to be so careful. And what Bly has going for him is that his Overlord spread is just so unbelievably good. He has Overseers here in case he needs to run quickly, and this Overlord is going to be able to spot that this hatch has just gone down for Zazu. But Bly knows that his own hatch went down significantly earlier. It's not going to matter too much indeed, as the Muta is now going to be flying in towards the natural expansion. Bly enjoying supreme map control right now, but just unable to do the damage, and that's a fungal growth on the Mutas. That's a fungal growth on all of the Mutas. That's a third fungal growth on all of the Mutas, and that is a fourth fungal growth on all of the Mutas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's count to 5, and boom! Blow out the candles on that cake, because those birds are done. I have no idea what any of that actually meant, but those Mutas died. A horrible, horrible death. Stop laughing in my ear, Nick. We have got the third base going down for Zazu as well. And that was such a huge victory for him. He is currently leading 140 to 108 supply. Oh my goodness, that chain fungal was so unbelievably clutch. And now Zazu is going to be going for his glial reconstitution. I think that might be part of a timing attack against the third base here. Pathogen Glands only just starting for Bly as well. Let's see, do we have +1 on these Roaches? We already have +1 on these Roaches, and +2 has just started. I am feeling this potentially for Zazu here. Can he actually do it and upset Bly? Glial reconstitution is about a third of the way done, and if he gets +2 as well, this army composition is going to look absolutely incredible, and the Hydralisk Den has just gone down, so any further Muta play, although we're not going to see much here, because they all got fungled to death, will be very restricted by those Hydras, and they will be able to add a lot of DPS to a Roach-based army. Now, the one thing I will say about the current situation is that fungal works both ways, and Bly could very easily pop back into this with a couple of very well-timed, very good fungals, or if he snipes off a couple of his opponents' Infestors, for example. But simultaneously, while he's trying to catch up, he's taking bases a lot sooner than his opponent, and that's just giving Zazu enough time to make sure he stays ahead on all of those upgrades. He's getting grooved spines. +2 is just faster than Bly's. 10 Hydras are on the way. Glial reconstitution is actually done. So he can potentially use a timing just to really, really try and trade efficiently against Bly and keep streaming units in non-stop. That's really what I would like to see out of Zazu at this point in the game. I don't want him to be waiting too long. Good pickoff on that changeling there. And I think Zazu must be thinking about going very, very soon indeed. This Overseer hasn't been killed by anything, which suggests Mutalisks have not been recreated. And Bly's actually going for his own Hydralisk Den. Why is Zazu waiting so long? There's really not too much to wait for here. And here we go. We're going to be moving it across the center of the map now, taking that watchtower and moving very aggressively through the middle. And did Zazu see the army was actually there? Oh, well, if he didn't before, he certainly does now, guys. And here we go. This is going to be, I think, the battle that decides the game. Both sides are maxed out. We have 1-0 upgrades versus 1-0 upgrades. The +2, though, will kick in 15 seconds for Zazu. Now 10 seconds. Oh, first fungal goes to Bly. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. +2 finishing right now for Zazu. So the engagement only started a couple of seconds before. Will the upgrade advantage be enough, though? Fungals going on absolutely everywhere. We have a crap ton of infested Terrans, and my entire screen is green at the moment. Bly going down to 160 supply versus Zazu's 174. And it looks like the infestors from Bly are completely naked. 9 more Hydralisks and 10 more Roaches coming out, as well as +1 armor from the camp of Zazu. And both sides have effectively destroyed absolutely everything. If they were in a pool hall, they would have to pay for the place to be completely repaired because there is nothing left on the walls. The floorboards have been ripped up, and literally everything is gone. Everything that you held dear, everything that you loved, all gone. But Bly survived, and he has a 4th base. And his +2 finished at the end of that engagement. He held on by the skin of his teeth, and now he's going to be going on the offensive. He has a number of infestors with this army. They were left naked at the end of the fight, but there were no units left that could kill them. Whereas Zazu, effectively pure Roach Hydra at the moment. He has no infestors, so Bly has the potential to take this game with infestors. He can really use a couple of fungals to completely destroy Zazu's day, and with this changeling following the army's every move as well, he might have the opportunity to do so. But here we go. We do have the infestors rejoining this army now. The problem is, though, that Bly knows exactly where the army is, so he might be able to sneak in and ninja a fungal or two, as Zazu now going to be moving out across the map, picking off those 2 changelings, actually, but the third one that's following at the end of the army has not yet been picked off, and Bly knows exactly where it's coming from. Will we see an excellent fungal? It looks like Zazu's going to try and bypass the 4th base entirely. No, he's faking out. He's going to be moving straight back in. Oh my goodness, this is so unbelievably difficult for Bly to work out right now because the changeling just died as well. He's sending another one into this position, but Zazu is in fact going to be falling back while taking his 4th. He doesn't want to necessarily do that too much because Bly is currently ahead on workers, and he did take his 4th base sooner as well, so he needs to really try and make this count. 138 to 128 army supply at the moment, and both sides are maxed out. What are the upgrades like? 2-1 versus 2-0. So once again, a small upgrade advantage coming here for Zazu, but will it be enough? This is so unbelievably tense, guys. I don't think I've seen such a positional tactical ZVZ in quite a while. This is basically like a TVT in Zerg form. Let's see who's going to win this battle. Zazu is looking like he wants to move forward here, but at these chokes, the fungals are so effective. He needs to try and ninja in with his infestors to see what he can do here. Bly's going to be able to get such an awesome concave, and it looks like a couple of those changelings are going to get destroyed, and Zazu will find a Zergling in his midst. And is he going for it? He needs to control those infestors well. He needs a fungal. Oh my god, that's a beautiful fungal. And some of the infestors possibly caught up in that as well. We have some infested Terrans going down from both sides of the army. It looks like the concave is slightly better for Zazu. Bly has a bunch of his army actually stuck here in the back, and Zazu is just going to move up into the main. Is this the correct decision? We need another fungal from this infestor on these units here, but Zazu is looking pretty good now. 194 to 162 supply, but great fungal growth on all the Hydras, and the Hydras are very, very squishy. One more fungal, and all of those Hydras die. They drop dead, but is it going to be enough? I don't see another fungal forthcoming, and Bly is losing supply left, right, and center. He's down to 159 versus the 184 for Zazu. Oh no, he's losing a few infestors as well. This is not a good signal here. The Hydras are just doing so much DPS, and Bly is struggling to hold on. He is at 123 supply. Zazu is at 168, and once again, they are destroying absolutely everything. Zazu is not actually sending units across the map. He's pooling them at his own base. He's going to go for another wave off of this, and at the end of that engagement, the natural expansion is devoid of drones. the army of Zazu was destroyed, but a lot more was produced in its place. 148 to 120 supply. The worker count is 60 to 50. Advantage Zazu, ladies and gentlemen, who has +2 armor on the way as well, about to finish. And Bly only has 2-1. So once again, Zazu will be up by an upgrade. He is up in supply. But can he actually make it count? Bly is going for his Greater Spire. He's going to try and use Broodlords to finish this army off. And I'll tell you what, Zazu really needs to finish the game off while he has that big advantage. He does not want to throw this away. He cannot afford to play this passively and risk Bly getting into a position that he can win from. Zazu needs to start posturing himself aggressively, needs to start taking out bases rather than just the army of Bly. Even though he's 200 supply versus the 128, that is absolutely meaningless until he actually starts attacking something. This is so tense. Zazu, you need to go, mate. You need to go. And there we go. He is at 200 supply. Bly is at 150. But the Greater Spire is halfway done. Will Zazu be able to get enough damage done in time? It looks like he's found his confidence. He's moving out towards the center of the map. And we have a bunch of roaches and hydras moving in towards the 4th base location as well. They get absolutely fungled out of there. And it looks like Zazu is going to be retreating from that location. But he's moving back into the natural. Okay, this might be his chance here. The Greater Spire is in the main base. Will he go up and see it? It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do here. And Bly is going to be going for a counterattack. We have some roaches at the 4th base location. Let's see if he's able to kill it off in a time. Do we have any Corruptors out on the map? Yes, 7 Corruptors for Bly. And the Greater Spire is done. Is he saving up money to get those Broodlords? 3 Broodlords on the way now. And the Greater Spire is seen. It's going to go down almost immediately. Still 3 Broodlords. Where are they morphing in? They are morphing in. I'm not sure where, but the 3rd base is now under siege here. We will find those Broodlords in just a mo. Oh, good God, where are they? I'm so hopeless at this. Someone tell me where the Broodlords are. This is absolutely excruciating. There they are. Oh, no, did they get cancelled? Do we have Broodlords out on the map? Yes, we do. Okay, all right. They look like... Okay, here we are. We found the Broodlords. They're absolutely nowhere at the moment, so they're not contributing to anything, but they're going to be slightly annoying. Bly's now down to 89 supply. Zazu at 171. If Zazu can defend at home, he will win the game, provided he deals with the Broodlords. We have the Spore Crawlers. They're picking off the Overseer, but Zazu needs to come back with at least a portion of his army. This is doing nothing. He needs to come back home. Otherwise, this is just going to be a ridiculous base trade situation. Bly has not rebuilt his base. He is being revealed, but he has a decent number of drones here with this army. And here we go. Zazu actually moving back with a portion of his army. A decent amount of Hydralisk there, but he's hovering around in the middle of the map. What are you doing, Zazu? He is allowing Bly to get back into this game. And to be fair, Bly's taking every opportunity he can get. Credit where it's due. The man does not give up. And he wants to take every single opportunity. But we have got an extractor here right next to the Infestor, who puts out 4 infested Terrans. But we have got a hatch going down now at this location, and I actually think Zazu will not be able to scout that. This hive... Oh, pardon me. This hatchery is going to get preserved, though. And the main base looking like it's going to get absolutely destroyed. But Zazu will be able to corner Bly's army. I'd like for Zazu to make sure that Bly's army does not get out of here alive. That is the most important thing he can do right now, because these 3 Broodlords are so unbelievably important. And speaking of unbelievably important, they're about to fly into all of the infested Terrans. Fungal growth on the Broodlords. Where are the Hydralisks? Do we see the Hydras? Oh, good God. And that's going to do it for the Broodlords. And what about the rest of the army? Bly, this might be his last legs here. Fungal's going off everywhere, but the Broodlords are dead. This is an absolutely insane ZVZ. Bly going down to 30 supply. Zazu still at 101. And GG, ladies and gentlemen, Zazu completes the turnaround from 1-0 down. He finishes 2-1 ahead. That was an absolutely insane ZVZ. Clearly, guys, the ESET UK Masters have saved the best for last. What an incredible series between Zazu and Bly. And Zazu is the one that wins that all-important VIP ticket to I-47. The accommodation, the travel costs as well, and the prize money for finishing the tournament as one of the top 2. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to Zaka, our 2 winners today. And I think everyone can agree that last game was actually unbelievably epic. Congratulations to Zazu, commiserations to Bly, but there are still 3 more qualifiers you can go for. Don't forget, guys, the ESET UK Masters have another 3 qualifiers where the top 2 from each of those gets that ticket to I-47 as well as all those goodies and the cash. So do tune in. We're here every Thursday for the next 3 weeks, guys. Make sure you attempt to qualify. What an amazing series this was. Thank you so much for tuning in for, 5.5 hours, but wow, was it worth it for that final game, guys. I am Jarasar. This has been the ESET UK Masters. Follow them on Twitter and Facebook right about here somewhere. And I, of course, am at twitter.com/Jarasar and facebook.com/Jarasar. But for now, though, see you at DreamHack Bucharest. Over and out.